Besties, today's project is this cowl neck crop top. Initially, when I made it, I just wanted to make something that was navy blue, white, and hot pink because I love the color combination. And I just made this top freestyle. But at the end, I totally love how it came out because it can be used as both a camisole and a summer top. I also wanted to try out a new way of changing colors that I saw on YouTube recently. To achieve the design, I made the neck area oversized, and when I reached the waist, I started to decrease. So that is why it's giving it the shape around the waist. This is the top before I put the straps. So as you can see, it was straight at the top till I got to the waist, and then it started to slant. Don't mind the way it is looking like this. I had tried it on a lot of times just to get the perfect fit, so it's looking quite stretchy. So this was after I put the straps. I just put 4 straps, but if you want to use a different way to put your straps, feel free to do so. So we're just going to need your yarn. I used this white, navy blue, and hot pink because I loved how they look together. And I was changing this continuously throughout the project. So if you want to use one color, that's fine. In my opinion, it's going to take you a lot less time if you use one color. But I ended up using these 3 colors. Then you're going to need your crochet hook. I used a 4.5mm crochet hook. This is it. And I used a darning needle to sew in my loose ends and a pair of scissors. We're going to start by making a slip knot. So you get your yarn and you twist it to form an X like this. Then you pull it. So this is a slip knot. Then you insert your crochet hook and you chain the width of the neck. Remember, we're going to make it oversized so that it will be a cowl neck top. So it's going to be quite big so that it can drop down a bit. I made mine about 18 inches, but you can make it the length you want it to be. And if you don't want it to drop down too far, you can just make it smaller. So this was after I finished making my chains. This is how long it was. So when you finish making your chains, you're going to take your work and yarn over like this, then turn it around because we're going to make half double crochets in every chain. So you skip the first 2 chains, and in the third chain you make a half double crochet like this. So you insert your hook into the chain, then you yarn over, then you pull through the 3 loops on your hook like this. So this is the first half double crochet. So I'm going to make a half double crochet in the next chain. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, then you pull through the 3 loops on your hook. This is the second half double crochet. We're going to make the third one. So yarn over, pull up a loop, then pull through the 3 loops on your hook. That's the third half double crochet. And let's make the fourth. Pull through the 3 loops on your hook. So you repeat this on every chain till you get to the end of your row of chains. So I want to show you the end of the row. So you make a half double crochet into the chain, then this is the final half double crochet. You can see it's in the chain just before the slip knot. Then you're going to chain 2 and turn your work around. Then we're going to make half double crochets in both loops till we get to the end of the row. So we're making a half double crochet in both of the loops like this. It's the same way we make half double crochets. So let's make the next half double crochet into both loops. And the next one. If you prefer making half double crochets in one loop, it will also look nice. I made a beanie using half double crochets in only the back loop and it looks really nice. It gives it this ribbed effect. But for this top, I just wanted it to be plain. So that's why I was making half double crochets in both loops. So yarn over, you pull up a loop, then you pull through the 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over, pull up a loop, then pull through the 3 loops on your hook. So you continue this till get to the end. So this is what it looks like at the back, and this is the front. Like I said, if you did it in the back loop, it would have a ribbed look. So this was after I finished the first row, and at the end we're making a half double crochet. So remember, we're not making a half double crochet into the chain 2, you just make it into the top of the half double crochets. Look at it. Then chain 2, turn your work around, and we make half double crochets in both loops till we get to the end of the row. We're just going to repeat this pattern till we get to the waist. So this is how we make our half double crochets. Just try not to skip any of the chains. So yarn over, pull up a loop, then you pull through the 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and you pull through the 3 loops on your hook. So this was after I finished making it till I got to my waist. If you notice, I actually used navy blue to make the top, but in one of the previous videos someone said that the navy blue was too dark, so I decided to use the pink to make the tutorial. So this is the final row before the decrease. So when you get to the end, you're just going to end it as usual. So make your half double crochets till we finish it. Then chain 2, and this is the row that we're going to make the decrease, because you want to make the decrease on both sides. So you don't yarn over, you just go into the first half double crochet like this, and you pull up a loop. Then you go into the next half double crochet and you pull up a loop. So there will be 3 loops on your hook, then you pull through all 3 loops like this. So that was decrease. Then continue with your normal half double crochets in each of the loops till we get to the end. So this was mine after I finished making all my half double crochets. As you can see, the edge was slanting. So when it's just remaining 2 holes, you're going to make a decrease. So you insert your hook, pull up a loop, then insert your hook again, and you pull up a loop, then you pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and that is our decrease. Then you chain 2 and turn your work around, and we continue making the decreases till we get to the length we want the top to be. So you insert your hook, pull up a loop, then in the next hole insert your hook, pull up a loop, then pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and we continue to have double crochets as usual. So when you get to the other end, you're also going to make a decrease, and you continue making your rows with a decrease till you get to the end of the crop top. So as I said, this was actually freestyle. So I had already finished when I was certain about the design I was going with. So when I finished making my decreases, it already appeared as if from the front it was a whole top, but at the back it was not a whole top. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, then when I was changing the colors, I, I put all the loose ends at the back so that the front would be as smooth as it could be. So over here, I'm actually just loosening some of the rows because I had already finished the top when I was like, okay, this is the final design. So right now, that's what I'm doing. So when I finished loosening it, I want to show you guys how I changed colors because this was a new way I just saw on YouTube and I never knew how to do it this way before. So anytime you want to make a decrease, you just insert your crochet hook. If you have a different way of changing colors, feel free to do that way, but this way I just saw it on YouTube recently. So you yarn over, then when you're about to make the next half double crochet, instead of you pull up a loop, then instead of completing the half double crochet, you take your new color of yarn like this. So yeah, I put the end of that one at the back so that all my loose ends will be at the back. Then you get your new yarn and you hold it to the back like this. Then you try to pull a loop through the other 3 loops like this. So what I noticed was that this way it came out a lot neater from the front. So like this. So you just hold the two loose ends at the back. Then you continue making your double crochets as usual. I was thinking of making my double crochet, my half double crochets with the scrap inside, but it was just going to look a bit messy. So I just ended up leaving my scrap yarn at the back and sewing in my loose ends when I finished. Although this was a very long process too, but as I said, I just had to try out this new method that I saw on YouTube recently. So you just continue making your half double crochets as usual. So I realized that I didn't even turn on my ring light, so I decided to do it again. So here I'm just making a half double crochet. Then instead of finishing it off, you're going to take your new color and complete this with the new color like this. So I'm just showing you guys again how I did it before. And you pull it with your scrap yarn are going to be at the back. Then you continue making your half double crochets as usual. So you guys should try it out and leave your comments below. Do you guys prefer this way? Somehow I do not prefer this way because the scrap yarns were so many when I finished. But yeah, it was worth trying it out. So you're just going to continue making your half double crochets as usual and finish up the top. So I want to show you clearly what it looks like. It from the front it looks very seamless, like it looks so neat when you're changing it. But it's just, my only problem with this method is just the scrap yarn that is so much. This was after I finished the top, and like right here you can see the design clearly. I just love how the colors are just popping. I love this color combination so much, like, and I'm so happy that I have finally used it and I'm satisfied. So you can see the top was quite straight, then the side were slanting when it got to the waist. I also finished sewing in my loose ends before I recorded this clip. So yeah, you can see both the front and the back look neat. It doesn't even look like there were even loose ends at all. So this is it. Over here I was just demonstrating the parts of it slanting. So you guys should let me know if you like this design. These are the scrap yarn. Well, when I'm looking at it now, it doesn't look that much, but it took me a long time to sew in the loose ends and cut all of this off. Yeah. So now I want to add the straps. So I just took two balls of yarn at the same time. Then I made a slip knot by making an X, then pulling it. Then insert your crochet hook like this, and to one end of the top you're going to attach it. So I used a slip stitch to attach the yarn like this. Then I made my chains till I was satisfied. I used about 82 chains, or you can make yours the length you want it to be. So over here I'm just making my chains. So this was after I made my chains. You can see how long it is. But you can make it as long as you want it to be. So after I made my chains, I made two more chains. Then I turned it around and I made single crochets into each of them. So I skipped the first chain, and in the next one I made a single crochet. Then we continue making single crochets in each of the chains till we get to the end. So this is what it's going to look like when you make single crochets. The strap is going to look a bit thicker than it was if you used just chains. So when you get to the bottom, you're just going to finish up with the single crochets like this. Then you pull your yarn and you leave a long end so that we can use it to sew it in. Then you cut it. Tighten the other end like this. Then we're going to finish off that by using a darning needle to sew it in. So you get your darning needle, insert both of the yarn into it. Then you just try to neatly connect it to the top. After sewing it in, I made a knot. So I just tied it like that on the wrong side. Then I cut it. So that was how I sewed in that. Then now we're going to sew in the other loose end. So you just insert your darning needle and sew it in like the other one. Then I made a knot a couple of times, then I cut it off. So I just repeated this for each of the straps. So I did two for the neck, then I did two at the waist. So you can make as many straps as you want. Anyhow you like to do the strap will be fine. I just decided to use this method. Over here I'm just showing you the different ends I put my strap. So at the top, at the waist, and at the other waist here. So this was the final result after I had put all my straps. All the straps are the same length actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Till next time, bye. Feel free to watch the other videos on my channel, and I recently released a crochet vlog too, where I was organizing my yarn and just chatting with you guys. And thank you guys so much for 1000 subscribers. I love you guys so much. Till next time, bye.